Yo, how's it going, my epic 5'9" gamers? It's your boy Ignant. I'm joined here today with Zilch. Say hello, Zilch.
What up, what up? How you guys doing?
And we're actually doing Dead by Daylight content on the channel. Alright, so for our first Dead by Daylight video, me and Zilch are going to go over the changes to Spirit because, I mean, they're pretty big changes. I think overall, my opinion on this, now she's balanced. I don't think it really drops her too many tiers because I think she's still pretty good. But granted, part of her change isn't actually in the PTB yet, and we discussed that in a second. So, Zilch, how are you feeling about her so far, for what we know?
Like I said, like you said, I think she's more balanced. But obviously, she's not going to be as good like the nurses, right? She's not going to be S tier anymore. On console, you did mention this to me off camera, but on console, she probably still will be on par with the nurse because console players aren't really that good at nurse. I will say that. So, that's how I feel about it.
Mouse is just... mouse is just a lot easier to flick and everything like that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I got the changes up on the side over here, so let's go ahead and get through this real quick. And what we'll do is, since me and Zilch, we are pretty experienced with the game, we do a chase around Killer Shack and then compare to before and after the nerf, and just so you can get a nice little grasp of like how the sound cues are and how much easier it is to see where she's at. Granted, you're gonna have to probably turn the volume up when we get to that part, just so you fully hear it. Wearing headsets would be preferred, obviously. But anyways, let's go to get into it. So, while phase walking survivors within 24 meters of the spirit, I said that weird, hear a directional audio cue that gains volume with proximity. So when she does her phase walking, you can hear her kind of walking around now, which we'll demonstrate once again when we do the looping around Kill Shack. Also, she got add-on Juniper Bonsal. I hope I didn't butcher that. Added effect increases passive phasing duration by 50%. Reworked add-on Dry Cherry Blossom. Survivors trigger Killer Instinct when they come within 4 meters of the spirit while she is phasing. Scratch marks are no longer visible while using Yamako's hunting. So that's a pretty big deal, not being able to have that. Because, you know, that's part of Spirit tracking is having the scratch marks, you know?
Mm-hmm. Literally,
reworked
that's how she
add-on.
does it.
Yeah. Wakizashi Saya? I probably butchered that. During Yamako's hunting, use the active ability button to return to the husk and end the haunting. Now, that's pretty interesting. How do you feel about that one?
How you could end the hunting where she goes in her phase, right? I think that's actually pretty good where she could just end that because the nurse has a similar ability where she could blink and then go back to the same position that she was in before when she clicks an active ability. I think that's pretty good because you could troll the mess out of some people with that.
Yeah, and it counters because we both do a similar thing where we see a spirit phasing or a nurse blinking, we kind of run at them and fake them out.
Yep.
So that would counter the crap out of us. New add-on Mother's Glasses. Survivors trigger Killer Instinct when they come within 2 meters of the husk. Scratch marks are no longer visible when using Yamoko's hunting. So that's another one where they take it off, which I don't know how much that'll be used. You have to pretty much be relying completely on sound when using her because the scratch marks once again is a big part of how to tell where she is.
Mm-hmm.
And here's the one that's very interesting. New add-on Uchiwa. I hope I'm saying these names right. Instantly recharges Yamoko's hunting when stunned by a pallet.
That's a good one. I think that's a good one.
It's a bit situational, but I think that situation is very common enough to where it warrants running the add-on. I think it'd be really, really good. Because it does take a little bit to get that hunting to come back sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that one's pretty good. What about you?
I think it's good too, because when you get stunned by the pallet, you give the player opportunity to get farther away, right? But when you get stunned, you have your power back. You don't even have to break the pallet. You just go straight into going after the survivor, right?
Yeah.
So they can't get that much distance between you and that pallet. So it'd be a useless pallet drop.
Yeah, so you just get pallet stuns. Like, okay, guess what? Now I'm gonna phase to you and just catch up anyway. You know?
Exactly.
And Cinco Hanabi? When the Yamako hunting ends, the spirit's muck's husk explodes and any vaults within 4 meters are blocked for 5 seconds. That one sounds very not fun to go against.
I don't know how I feel about that. Now that basically ruins TL walls, right?
Yeah, because it's pretty much a cracked bamboozle. Because like it's with anything within 4 meters, it stops. So you like hunt around and get to them, and then they try to bolt to get away from you, and it closes off. So they just sit there looking stupid, and you just get them.
We're just like, wait a second.
Yeah, so we're almost done here. The new add-on, Furin, the phasing sound is heard by all survivors. I believe you already had one like that. Well, I guess that's just another one you can use.
Similar to Legion's heartbeat thing, where every survivor can hear it when he's in his feral mode or whatever it's called.
Dude, that add-on is frustrating. It's so annoying.
You never know where he is, like, actually.
Alright, there's Kintsugi Teacup. Instantly recharges Yamoka's hunting after breaking a pallet or wall. Now, I think that one might actually be better than the pallet dropping on you, but because I like, there's a drawback to it, so you have to do an action to get it that gives you a little stun, but afterwards you basically able to just catch right back up to them anyway because of how fast Yamoka's hunting is to begin with.
Yeah, this one I don't think they really needed to give her this add-on because I think the other one would have been fine. You don't stack both of these, right? Like, there wouldn't be a reason for you to stack. Both. Yeah. I think this one's actually better than the pallet stun one.
Also, they added new Terror Radius music, which will demonstrate when we're doing the loop around the kill shack to show how much easier it is to find her now when she's phasing. And the following add-ons have been removed: Bloody Hair Brooch, Dirty Uwabaki, Kutamari Talesman, Prayer Beads Bracelet, and Father's Glasses. So overall, I think that they just made her balance sound like she's just not like, it's not like you go get spares like, well, I can't counterplay. It's just run and pray, basically. Like, the only real counter was running Lucky Break and Iron Will. Even that's not a full counter to her because you still make noise with, like, vaulting, walking. Because, like, even people think that slow vaulting makes no noise, but if you're paying enough attention, you will hear that as a killer. Yep. So I think she's just way more balanced now. I don't think I would hate playing against her anymore. Because, I mean, there's actual counterplay to her now. You can tell where she is. You can, sound cues to everything like that. You still have to be attentive. And you just can't just run around willy-nilly. So what do you think?
Also, I don't remember if you said it yet, but in this PTB, they didn't show the dust clouds when she's running or phasing, so we won't be able to see that yet. But that's going to be a part of how we are able to see where she is. And like you said, I do think they made her balance, which is not bad. I actually prefer her now than how she was before because she was broken. So yeah.
Yeah. And they didn't just nerf her into the ground where she just isn't, where she's like unplayable now. So like, I think they did a good job with this. Mm-hmm. I think this is more so how most killers should be balanced, in my opinion. Because like nurse is like absurd. Like, it's nearly impossible to beat it. Yeah, it's nearly impossible to beat a new nurse, like a good nurse. But the thing is, that's such a high skill gap that, like, it's kind of balanced in a way because you have to do so many hours of practicing to get to that point. Yep. So I don't mind it that much. And I think Spirit is kind of that way now. She's not super brain dead like she was, but she's still really good.
And now you're gonna actually need to outplay your opponent because now they will know where you are, like I'm saying. So you're gonna have to outsmart them.
Yeah. All right. So that's the breakdown of the changes. So now we're gonna end this part, and we're gonna come back and do some palette looping and stuff like that, just to get a better idea of like the sound cues and stuff like that, and just explain them a little bit better. So we'll be right back in a second, gamers. So that's just more of an example. And my spirit is pretty polished, and my 2-hour spirit is very beautiful. But that's just an example of how she works right now. So we'll go into the normal version of the game, uninstall the PTB itself, and we'll do this again. And we'll be right back with you gamers.
Yes, be right back.
Alright, so hopefully that gives y'all a better representation of the difference between before and after. So Zilch, what do you think about it after playing them side by side?
I prefer how the nerf was. She's now more balanced. I actually could tell where you were. So yeah, I like how I like what they did with her. I like what they did.
I like it because they didn't overly nerf her. They really balanced her. I really hope. I wish they just do that with more killers more often. Not nerf them to the ground, but also not buff them into the heavens. And just kind of keep it in the mid range.
Yep.
Yeah. So now I don't have to do my flashlight tech anymore. See if they're actually phasing or not. Where I just flash them and make them mad. But yeah. So that's our first Dead by Daylight video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you have a great day. Thank you, Geek, for giving us some more B-roll on the side. Thank you, Zilch, for being with me. Any closing words, fellas?
Yeah, get Dead by Daylight, guys. We need you on here.
Yes, sir. All right, peace out, guys.